Namaskar. Today's discussion is about the truth of astrology and astrologers. Some people criticize astrology on behalf of some fake or dishonest astrologers. Better to say due to uneducated masked astrologers. I saw a video of a renowned YouTuber who tried to prove that astrology is totally false subject by presenting some predictions of some fake astrologers. Today, I am showing the truth of astrology. So, watch the video attentively without skipping. Indian astrology is probably one of the oldest scriptures in the world. The spread of this scripture has increased tremendously in modern times. There was a time when the practice or application of astrology was limited to a certain class or society, or honestly to speak, upper class of society. But nowadays, the practice and application of astrology has spread to all levels of society. People of all levels have known and believed that through astrology, one can get a clear glimpse of future good or bad events, and if one knows about the adversities in advance, he can be cautious and plan the way to overcome those adversities. Taking advantage on this belief of people, a group of people have started making money by scaring people about the future. You will see such and such Baba, so and so sadhaka, etc. as masked astrologer. Astrology is not so simple that anyone who wishes can become proficient in astrology. One can gain basic knowledge, but one cannot master astrology without being academically educated. It might fill their pockets, but great harm is done to astrology. People are blaming and losing faith in astrology instead of blaming them for their wrong predictions. A famous YouTube creator made a video titled "How Astrology Fools Millions of Indians." He has videos on various topics and the videos are very informative. But he does not know anything about astrology, and only videos on this topic will run well. So he claims that astrology is cheating people by showing his fabricated information and wrong predictions about the future of some gullible astrologers. Already 75 million people have seen that video. That means in 75 million people's minds, one man's fabricated information entered. I know many people do not believe this scripture. I think that's their bad luck. Most of the videos you show newspaper cutting or news channel clips. But why you did not find any news in your research about the truth of astrology? Surprising. I am showing you. Who are you to prove astrology is wrong? When in 2004 the Supreme Court said that astrology is a science. Again in 2011, a person like you filed a PIL in Bombay High Court to ban astrology. The Bombay High Court said the same. I have seen some of your videos, very good and informative. My son never misses any of your videos. But this video shows your ignorance. See what Times of India wrote about that PIL on 3rd February 2011. Note that PIL was against fake astrologers, tantric, etc. Not against the educated astrologers. Just see. Now see what Times of India written on February 3rd, 2011. The Bombay High Court reaffirmed this on Thursday when it dismissed a PIL that had challenged astrology as science. The PIL was filled by an NGO, Janhit Manch, that had sought action against fake astrologers, tantrics, practitioners or Vastu Shastra, etc. So far as prayer related to astrology is concerned, the Supreme Court has already considered the issue that astrology is science. The court had in 2004 also directed the university to consider if astrology science can be added to the syllabus. The decision of the apex court is binding on the court, observed the judges. The judges also took on a record an affidavit submitted by the union government. The center had in its affidavit stated that astrology is 4,000 years old trusted science, and the same does not fall under the purview of the Drugs and Medical Remedies Act 1954. The said act does not cover astrology and related science. Astrology is a trusted science and is being practiced for over 4,000 years. Said an affidavit filed by Dr. R. Ramakrishna, Deputy Drug Controller, West Zone. This is the fact. You can see the total text in this site. I also given the link in the description. Have you understood anything? And all the arguments you have given in the video do not get any credence. But yes, the kind of astrologers you have come across, the extent of their knowledge is doubtful. You don't mind. It's not your fault. It's your misfortune that you don't know about the ancient scriptures of your own country, or even if you do, you deny it. You call astrology a fraud, while the subject which was taught at Nalanda University is still offered as a course on astrology at Benares Hindu University. The Supreme Court in 2004 also directed universities to consider whether astrology could be included in the curriculum. The first argument you made was about the T20 World Cup cricket semi-final at ABP News. All the astrologers who are seen there, it is clear that they are masked or fake astrologers. And it was not about any person. It was about a cricket team and about a country. In this context, it is called mundane astrology. I don't know of any real experts in mundane astrology. And if there is any, he must have studied in the stream of science. He or they will never come to participate in such discussions of TV channels. Those who came, they all came for preaching. It is clear that they are not real educated astrologers. And you are presenting their predictions in arguments. At present, you or the common people understand who is a very big or famous astrologer. Do you know? Those who spend lakhs of rupees for advertising in TV channel, in newspaper, on hoarding, and who always wear beautiful colorful clothes, garlands of rudraks, etc. and who have next to their name this title such as Best Astrologer of West Bengal, Best Astrologer of Maharashtra, or Best Astrologer of Mumbai, etc., or Astrologer of the Year, Best Astrologer in your city, such and such is written. These titles or awards can be bought for a lot of money. I have made a video with the proof about this. You can check it. The link is given in the description. And don't think that those you see every week program on TV channel, they are invited from the channel. One has to pay big money to program per day. They are the ones who cheat people and took away the cost of advertisement in the name of remedy. People are definitely cheated, but it is not by astrology, but by the cheater astrologers. I would say that your video is named wrong. The title should have been Astrologers are fooling millions of people. And you had to focus on that matter in the video. Then you said about Dejan Darwala's prediction about Corona. This is also the subject of mundane astrology. In 2020, I opened my new channel, this channel, to pass the time in the lockdown period. But the love of the people is still making me work on this channel. At that time, I was getting a lot of requests from viewers and clients to make a video about when Corona will reduce or go away. But I practice natal astrology, that means horoscope making and making predictions of any individual. But when we studied astrology in degree course and PG, that means postgraduate course, there was a paper in each course on mundane astrology. Then I started study and concentrate on research on the pandemics of past days. After studying and researching, I came to a decision and made a video about Corona. After researching, I felt that something will be good between September and November 2020. That's what I said in the video. And I said that Corona will not go completely. That's what I got by researching the pandemic of the past days. But that happened. The vaccine came, the percentage of people infected came down a lot. The link is given in the description. You can check it. One or two so-called famous astrologers' predictions did not come true. Then the scriptures are false. My predictions also might be wrong if the research was not right. Will astrology be false for my mistake? Very funny. Currently, most of the real astrologers are highly qualified. Some are BTech, MTech, some are MBBS, some MD, FRCS. They are all versed in astrology, but most of them are not professional astrologers. Many students of astrology learn astrology by reading the books written by them. They are all full, and you alone clever. Let me show you a couple of books of them. See. This is a medical astrology book written by Dr. Jagannath Rao. He is an MBBS degree holder. He is a physician. Then see, the author of this book is Professor N.E. Muthuswamy. He is a master degree holder. See this book of palmistry written by Eugen Skiman. He is an MD. MD means Doctor of Medicine. Also see this book on medical astrology written by Dr. K.S. Charak. He is MS and FRCS. FRCS from UK. That means all these educated people who have written these books Are they all crazy or fool? Have they not studied science even up to 10th class, according to you? The fact is that our country is full of fraudulent astrologers. In today's computer dependent age, most astrologers cannot prepare a birth chart without a computer. I have met some astrologers who cannot tell moon sign just by looking at the birth chart. Moon sign is said by them after seeing the detail written on the first page of the computerized horoscope, where it is clearly written that moon sign is Taurus or Leo or Aries. Meanwhile, he chambered in 15 places in 7 days. All is the glory of advertisement. And you said that if two people are born in January and July, the influence of the sun of both of them will be more or less. It is prediction based on sun sign, which falls under Western astrology. It is not recognized in Indian Vedic astrology. You also mentioned twins. A very small difference of 2 minutes to 10 minutes in the time of birth shows considerable difference between them in various directions. It is not possible for you to understand how it can happen. Predictions are made using various divisional charts in Indian astrology to judge the twins chart. Moreover, Krishnendu method is also used for accurate prediction. But the astrologer who judges must be truly educated. If they are like the astrologers shown by you, nothing will match. Get deep knowledge about astrology. Only then you will be able to understand something. Your explaining style is also very cheap regarding this topic. And the zodiac sign you mentioned, which is taken according to English method, is the Western method. That is made by them of their own choice. According to Indian astrology, it is not acceptable. Remember, Indian astrology is the origin of astrology. The sign in which the moon was placed at the time of your birth is your birth sign or Rashi, which is called moon sign. And predictions are not made just by looking at the moon sign. Predictions have to be made by judging the horoscope thoroughly after looking at various divisional charts from various aspects, dasas, transits, nakshatras, etc. The way you put it, only an ignorant person like you can and would support it. Don't say anything. Whatever you want to get views, don't do it. You yourself left your country and live in another country. Don't you feel ashamed to degrade the culture and wealth of your country? Yes, I call astrology the wealth of our country. And you have also shown that monk of ISKCON, who himself is a clown. What is his name? What is the name? Yes, Leela Das. Are they monks? They live in extreme luxury. What he said about Swami Vivekananda and Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansadev, even a stupid, ignorant person probably cannot say. Only an uncivilized, rude, lustful, barbaric person can say those words. However, the Babas you mentioned are not astrologers. Besides, there are many so-called saints now. Some are Tarapit Siddhas, some are Kamaksha Siddhas. You tell me, who is a real saint? Will he ever advertise for himself? He will always want to stay away from people. Otherwise, his sadhana will be disturbed. Today, all the advertisement of sadhakas, that means your babas, you see on TV, on hoardings, in newspapers or anywhere, they are all hypocrite sadhaks. And astrology never says that destiny can be changed. You also mentioned numerology. Do you know? The success of Mithun Chakraborty came only after he took the name Mithun Chakraborty according to numerology. from his original name Gaurango Chakraborty. There are many others like this, but yes, the name selection needs to be correct. If your specified Babas do the name selections, no result will be seen. We find in practical that a meritorious person does not make much progress in spite of great effort, or he has to overcome great obstacles in the way of progress. But another less qualified person or unqualified person easily reaches the pinnacle of development. These are all destiny. You might have heard that Amitabh Bachchan did puja at many places with Aishwarya Rai before his son's wedding, walking barefoot through the streets and worshipping. That was also seen in the media. Why he did it? Because Aishwarya Rai had some inauspicious combinations in her horoscope, as a result of which there was a high possibility of turmoil in their married life. That is why he performed various pujas for planetary peace according to the scriptures. So according to you, Mr. Bachchan is also a stupid, superstitious person, and you are only intelligent person. About Kundli matching, 90% of Kundli matching goes wrong. All those uneducated, money bought, degree award titled astrologers make mistakes. I have 2 videos on this topic about matching horoscope. See the description. All the links are given. Profit from the stock market also depends on the planetary position. What is not in one's destiny that cannot be changed by anything. An astrologer also has a destiny. He cannot change it if he wishes. Now the question arises, then what are the need of remedy? I have some videos on this topic too. Links are in the description. Doctors also give wrong treatment many times. Do you call medical science wrong? And what do you say those doctors who do unnecessary tests to earn money in the form of commission, keeping the patients in ICU even if they do not need it, and also sometimes declare death after 2 or 3 days if the coma patient dies. If you want to collect information about these matters and make a video. Don't insult the oldest scripture of our country. You are taking this opportunity to insult our old scripture for the uneducated, dishonest astrologers of the present age, disrespecting the scriptures created by sages like Maharshi Parashara, Maharshi Jaimini, Baramira, Maharshi Bhigu, etc. means disrespecting the heritage, wealth and culture of our country. How planet affects people, it may not enter in your brain. That's a very high level thing. I also cannot say exactly how the effect is falling on people, but we can realize the effect through testing, that is making prediction for last 28 years and judging the predictions by getting information from them for whom the prediction was forecasted. It requires a lot of study and practice, which is not possible for you. Actually, astrology is not everyone's cup of tea, and in that everyone, you and those uneducated astrologers fall. And people who go to astrologer in danger, all common forecast you mentions, those uneducated hypocritical astrologers also do and take advantage of their weakness, scares them more and earn huge amount of money in the name of remedy. They use some common prediction as you shown in your video. And one thing should remember, there is a subject of hypnotism. Some of these people, that means this type of astrologers, know hypnotism. They hypnotize their client and they are bound to obey their predictions. Hypnotize is a very strong mind affected matter. The gemstones that are given in the name of remedy are mostly duplicate or very low quality by those astrologers I have seen in my practical life. And most of those who give amulet, that means जो ताबीज होता है हाथ में पहनते हैं वो ताबीज, in the name of remedy, they are more cheater. You do not know what is inside the tabij. On that occasion, they take thousands of rupees putting anything inside that amulet, that means tabij. I saw an astrologer 15 years ago who sealed the amulet with dust of plaster of Paris and selling for 5,000 rupees. Many astrologers are taking 50 to 60,000 rupees for Kalsar Yajna Havan, Ye Havan, Wo Havan. Many of them are making big temples to show off. Show off करने के लिए बड़ा बड़ा मंदिर बना रहा है. Remember one thing, by practicing astrology honestly, no one can be a huge rich man. You cannot call astrology wrong with this type of astrologers examples. The kind of babas you repeatedly talk about your video, I agree that kind of babas are all around today. They are all hypocritical baba. By taking advantage of people's faith and weakness, they are making money by misleading people. But you know what? Most people come to an astrologer for guidance. For example, I have two job offers. Which job is better to take? Or after passing class 12 with science, he wants to know that medical or engineering, which line will be better for me? Or when will my wedding be? Or there is a lot of turmoil in my married life. Will there be a divorce? Or I have to live with this turmoil? When will be the divorce? Or which business would be suitable for me? People come to us with this kind of questions. Answering those questions correctly is the job of a real astrologer by observing their birth chart. If any astrologer don't able to answer the question correctly, why will people go to him? I also have videos on what qualities are required to be a real astrologer. That is also given in the description. Today, common people are more and more attracted by outward appearance. Does not verify their quality. So, I would also request common people not to be attracted by dress and external pomp. Otherwise, you will be cheated. See, I can be wrong in predictions sometimes. That does not mean astrology is wrong. The mistake is mine. However, it is a crime to deceive people by making wrong predictions without knowing the scriptures. Today, such uneducated, dishonest people have taken up astrology as a business, and the number of them is huge. So, common people must be careful. And you may be great YouTuber, but you are a big zero when it comes to astrological knowledge. Practicing for 28 years, studying is still going on, but it seems as if I have not learned anything. It seems impossible to gain complete knowledge in these subjects in one lifetime. And you understood everything without any study. You may not have faith. That is your personal matter. And I don't even want to make you believe it. Just wanted to let you know that what you are implying in your video is completely false. A common thing you know for sure, to discuss or debate on a subject, one has to gain deep knowledge on that subject. So my question is, do you know anything about astrology? How long have you studied astrology? Chairman of ISRO, S. Somnath, even says that algebra, square root, the concept of time, architecture and structure of universe, metallurgy and even aviation were mentioned first in the Vedas. Later, the basic idea of the Vedas reaches Europe via Central Asia and Arabia. Later, they are considered as inventions of Western scientists. Do you understand what that means? The scriptures of our country has been stolen. Astrology is also a part of that Veda. You are trying to prove wrong that subject. It is same. But you are shameless. So I don't blame you. Telling again that it is your misfortune that you did not get the taste of this great scripture in this life. However, talked a lot. First know the subject if you can. Then make another video. Stay well. Namaskar.